Our shepherd, I shall not want him make an eye like down in a green pasture. Him let I beside still water them. Him restaurant I soul. Him let I that a part of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepare a table before I. In the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head with no oil. My cup runneth over. Surely, goodness and mercy. I go follow I all the days of my life. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Ja, kadema we grow ma be. How ma uso bolisa adanu wato. Ma uga so bolisa adanu wato. It was clear for. I want to you more. Oh you all adong. Oh you all adong. Oh you all adong. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it will only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Again, here we are not neutral, and we have never claimed to be, because we are not. We have taken sides, the side of the truth. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some really good amount of heating. At the end of the day, they produce sumptuous food. And all this palatability for the nourishment of the family in its whole entirety. This is what we literally do here. We pick up ideas from all walks of life, all and sundry, the rank and file of our people, right from the crowns of their heads, all the way down to the soles of their feet. And we subject these ideas to some crucial forensic scrutiny, right after which we tease out the creme de la creme of all these ideas and use that for the development of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku, where we speak truth to power. Oh my God. I'm glad to say we are live on YouTube. We are also live on Facebook. This is the headquarters of the truth. It is the mansion of the truth. This is the hometown of the truth, the bedroom of the truth. This is the domicile of the truth, the habitat of the truth, the address of the truth, the foundation of the truth. Oh, it is ultimately the truth. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku, where we speak truth to power. We are also on X, formerly called Twitter. You can also find us on Instagram and then also on TikTok. We keep ticking and talking with the gracious hands of patriotism. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku, where we speak truth to power. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a story you want us to follow up on. We are more than just excited. Oh my God, to do that. Oh my God. Absolutely. For free. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku, where we speak truth to power. Come here. Now, my brother, my sister, if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, please hit on the subscription button. Right after that, on the notification bell, so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. This is the headquarters of the truth. At this point, I want to say thank you so much to our sponsors. Oh, yes. Thank you so much to Tesori Doriente. Now, turn every single shower into a royal experience with Tesori D'Oriente. Oh my God. Now, this is the shower gel everybody's talking about. It's Italian technology coupled with African raw materials, giving you that exquisiteness. Oh my God. Smell like the Garden of Eden. Smell Edenic. Oh my God. Now listen, Tesoro D'Oriente is soft, it is smooth, it is silky, and that long-lasting fragrance will never depart from you, even after 48 hours. Do you have an interview to attend? Is there a new chick in town you need to show some levels? Or there's a new guy in the area you want to show you are the area mama? Hey, go get Tesoro D'Oriente. And it comes in several fragrances. Remember, I did not say flavors because this is natural. We have the Ikigai. We have the Karma. We also have the Forest Therapy. We have the Royal Oud. We also have the Persian Dream and even more. Which one suits your skin? Hey, pour a little bit of the shower gel, Tesoro D'Oriente, in the middle of your palm. Shake up the bath waters. Watch how the foam ladders into a rich piece. Oh my God. And let it nourish your skin. And let your skin glow like the morning sun. It also repels insects. This makes you smell like the Garden of Eden. Oh my God. Tesoro D'Oriente. Premium quality made most affordable. Is proudly distributed in Ghana by Daddy Ash Limited. Now for bulk purchases and inquiries, call Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599. Yes, 0244 772599. This is Tesoro D'Oriente. Oh my God. Turn every single shower into a royal experience. We want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you. Oh my God. Your business can also be here. This is Tesoro D'Oriente. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku. And here we speak truth to power. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Millennium Insurance. Listen, I am insured by Millennium Insurance, and I'm most excited about that. You also need to be insured by Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Listen, not every insurance is an assurance. Some of it may try to protect you like a plaster, but it is ultimately a disaster. Oh yes. That is why I am introducing you to your, yes, trustworthy partner, Millennium Insurance. Now, what kind of insurance do you require? Is it motor policy insurance, third party, comprehensive, or you want to insure your vehicle against burglary, theft, floods, and even fires? No problem at all. It's all about Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Hey, in times of natural disasters, and I'm talking about volcanoes, I'm talking about earthquakes, I'm also talking about tsunamis, floods, fires. Oh, I am talking about Millennium Insurance. Millennium Insurance will make sure everything is okay. We all don't know when natural disasters will hit us. Nobody is a preserver of disasters. Time after time, we get visited by disasters, but we must be totally insured and insulated against some of these natural disasters with Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. And when it comes to claims, Millennium Insurance is very fast. Some insurance companies will pussyfoot and stonewall, slow. But when it comes to Millennium Insurance, we are quick before you even come to ask. We know what has happened to you because we keep track with all our partners. Oh yes, that's why we are called your trustworthy partner. Visit our sales portal at sales.millenniuminsurancegh.com and please visit our offices all over Ghana, from Bolgatanga to Binduri. Oh, from Cape Coast all the way, my brother, my sister, to your village, to your town, to your city, to your hood. Millennium Insurance is all over the place like Pekle during the Homo War. Pick up the numbers and make sure that your trustworthy partner covers you. It's all about Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Shonemo, where we speak truth to power. We are also sponsored by the kind courtesy of Lemfi. And when we talk about Lemfi, we're talking about sending money to Ghana from Europe, from America, from Canada, and beyond. My brother, this time round, you don't need to run sweating like a pregnant crocodile, looking for that building. You queue and continue to sweat in order to send money to Ghana. Now it's hustle-free. In the comfort of your homes, even on your WC, you can ta, and everything is everything. In just seconds, money arrives in Ghana. Oh my God. Talk to your business partners. Talk to family and friends that Lemfi is here. Now, when you are sending money from America and you send $100, Canadian or American dollars and beyond, we give you $20 back. That is what is called the cash back. If you are a first-time sender, just to say thank you so much for joining the wonderful Lemfi team. Now, if you're sending it from Europe, 100 euros and beyond. If you're sending it from England, 100 British pounds sterling and beyond, we give you 10 pounds sterling back, 10 euros back as cash back, just to say thank you. But on condition that you use the referral code that is dancing on your screen right about now. It is one RASTA. Mpese bakupe. RASTA eko mepe. This is Lemfi. Now, when you send money via Lemfi to Ghana, it arrives within seconds. No transfer fees, and you get the most competitive rates. And Lemfi is doing a lot of community engagement and development right here in Ghana. That is why I am a proud Lemfian. Are you? Tell your business partners, friends and family abroad that if it is not Lemfi, don't send it. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kuku Shonemo, where we speak truth to power. This is where all the action is. Today we have 5 very important stories to share with you. They are crunchingly hot. Please share the broadcast so many more people can be part of this. Remember to like this broadcast so it can spread and many more people can be part of it. This is all about patriotism. We don't do politics. This is the most decorous when it comes to the internet on patriotism and Pan-Africanism. We are the biggest, and the glory goes to you because you made us who we are. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. For the last time, please hit on the subscription button if you have not subscribed yet, and right after that on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. If you are ready, I am more than ready. Let's get ready to rumble. Story number 1. Watch this. Hypocrite Kwesi Pratt wants to destroy NDC. And this is KOKU Anyidoho speaking. How many of us know KOKU Anyidoho? This is the guy. I think presently he is one of the most confused politicians we have in Ghana. He's a very good friend of mine, so I'm choosing my words very carefully. I was going to say one of the most sympathetic politician in Ghana. He sympathizes with the NPP time after time, my brother, my sister, and some other political parties, maybe because he's a patriot. This is KOKU Anyidoho. His father was an accomplished army man. So he was raised in the ways of the army. Speak your mind. This is KOKU Anyidoho. Now he came to the plumage of his political achievements. So colorful when he started to work with John Evans Atta Mills, who was president of the nation for 1 term. And when he started the 2nd term, he died. When John Evans Atta Mills was president of the nation, KOKU Anyidoho was an untouchable human being. Many considered him to be arrogant. You could never reach the president without getting through him. And sometimes, some other people said he looked down on people he should never have looked down on. And one of them was John Dramani Mahama. Now, when John Mahama became the vice president on John Evans Atta Mills, many people were shocked. He brought John Dramani Mahama out of political oblivion, political obscurity, political nothingness. My brother, my sister, and he put him into the limelight and ordered that all the focus lights be put on him, as if to say, this is the man who is going to bring Ghana to the pedestal where everybody will applaud. As if he was the John the Baptist announcing the arrival of Jesus Christ. He was a very selfless president. We called him the Asumbieyini, John Evans Atta Mills. Many people did not want him. Better still, many people did not endorse his choice of running mate, who ultimately became his vice president. They believed that there were more astute politicians. They believed that there were some other politicians who could have won more votes for the party than a guy who totally was in obscurity politically, John Dramani Mahama. But the man had seen something that we couldn't see. He himself was pulled out of the classroom to become a running mate to J.J. Rawlings. After J.J. Rawlings succeeded in doing away with Akka. How many of us remember Akka? His vice president. My brother, my sister. When John Evans Atta Mills was in power, Koku Anyidoho was most untouchable. We were told that there were some utterances he made against John Dramani Mahama that Mahama will never ever forget. There were times when some demands were even made, like fuel and some other such things, which had to pass through the hands of Koku Anyidoho. And he blocked those, or he made utterances that were derogatory. My brother, my sister, as nature would have it, as destiny would have it, John Evans Atta Mills passed on, and Koku Anyidoho became a political orphan. John Dramani Mahama rose like a column of mercury in the mercury thermometer to the echelons of political life. My brother, my sister, this is John Dramani Mahama. He became president of the Republic. And one of the first decisions he took, I don't want to work with Koku Anyidoho as my personal assistant or as somebody in the presidency. And Koku Anyidoho has never forgiven John Dramani Mahama for that decision. Now, John Dramani Mahama ran his full term. For him, I'm talking about John Evans Atta Mills' tenure, which was uncompleted. Then later he stood for his own first term. He won. And when he tried to go for his personal second term, no, they kicked him out. And that was when Koku Anyidoho became very vitriolic. All that he had harbored in his stomach, he decided to vomit everything out, probably because they were in opposition. And he said a lot of things about the party, how Mahama was destroying the party. He also talked about the fact that, yes, Mahama, in fact, he impugned that Mahama might know something about the death of John Evans Atta Mills. Time after time, he was on Twitter at the time, spewing vitriol. Mahama never answered, not even once. This is Koku Anyidoho we are talking about. He loves the NDC. He's a member of the NDC. But right after they went into opposition, he seemed to be flirting with the NPP. Many people said there was a budget that was allocated to him whilst the NDC was in opposition. He was running the Atta Mills Foundation, and he found a way of getting to the NPP that continued to sponsor the Atta Mills Foundation. He never uttered a word against the NPP. How can you bite the hand that feeds you? Many would ask. But everything that goes up must certainly come down. After 8 years of destroying this nation, after 8 years of irresponsible governance, John Dramani Mahama came into power, kicking out the irresponsible government of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Bawumia. When Mahama came into power, KOKU ANYIDOHO's accusations ceased. He didn't write too much on X anymore against John Dramani Mahama. Was it because he had come back into power? Was he expecting that some kind of honey will drop from the presidency onto his tongue? Many have asked. But this is the son of a soldier man. He was raised in the military ways. This is KOKU ANYIDOHO. Now watch this. Come here. Now KOKU is very angry, and is angry at Kwesi Pratt Jr. How many of us know the veteran journalist, Kwesi Pratt Jr.? He's a gentleman I love. When Kwesi Pratt speaks, he speaks with passion for Ghana. He doesn't care which party is at fault. He doesn't care who is doing what. All he's interested in is the integrity of Ghana. Kwesi Pratt spoke a few days ago, and we carried this tape. KOKU ANYIDOHO is not excited about what Kwesi Pratt said. And he has sent the first salvo. The first bomb has arrived. What has Kwesi Pratt said that has made KOKU ANYIDOHO very, very angry? Watch this.
To be honest, I feel very sad for President John Dramani Mahama. I mean, the betrayal of President John Dramani Mahama is monumental.
Yeah, it's true.
There's a gentleman who came to the people of Ghana and said, look, there are problems with the country, and I want to solve the problems in the educational sector and health sector and so on. He proclaimed a reset agenda. And he appointed people to assist him to realize that objective. And many of the people he appointed to help him to realize that objective, they don't just care. They don't care about reset. They don't care about restructuring the economy. They don't care about anything. All they care about is replacing him. What? Poor Mahama. Poor Mahama. And he's sitting there being held hostage. You know, and he's not been able to crack the whip. And they're dancing around him in circles and making nonsense of all the proclamations he has made. It's unbelievable. Visit the NDC social media platforms and see what is happening there. Who is talking about how to achieve the 24-hour economy? That's not their concern. It's about who is going to replace Mahama. It's so sad, it's unbelievable. So the people he appointed to help him to leave a legacy.
The people he appointed to help him leave a legacy that will be gargantuan, monumental. They don't care. They don't give a hoot about the reset agenda. They don't care about the 24-hour economy. All they care about is to replace him not to succeed him. They are two different things. Kwesi Pratt is not happy. He has visited a number of the NDC platforms, and it looks like his appointees are just interested in replacing him and not focusing on the prize. We took time to take you through the Uhudic principle, my brother, my sister, where people leave their strongholds once they realize that they are winning. They are so much in a hurry to win, they will not wait until the enemy is totally vanquished. They end up being surprised by the enemy. It is only a stupid boxer who starts to jubilate the moment his enemy falls without turning his back to see if he's been able to beat the count or not. That is what Kwesi Pratt is saying. Mahama must crack the whip. Well, when he said this, some disagreed with Kwesi Pratt. I agreed with him. My brother, it is better to sound a word of caution than to call the doctor to come in for a cure. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. And that is where Kwesi Pratt Jr. stands. He has a heart for Mahama. He has a heart for the NDC. Kwesi Pratt is an Nkrumahist. And when you look at the NDC, it is closer to Nkrumah than the NPP. My brother, my sister, Koku Anyidoho is angry with Kwesi Pratt. And this time round, oh my God, he's taking no prisoners. He has gone all the way to X and he has fired some missiles. What is Koku Anyidoho saying after watching the Kwesi Pratt video? Samuel Koku Anyidoho says Kwesi Pratt's daughter is one of the JM appointees making nonsense of the reset agenda because she just talks rubbish. Kwesi Pratt himself is a big liability to this JM administration because of his gross hypocrisy. Who is Kwesi Pratt blaming? He should blame himself first. Is he not the one who thinks he has hijacked the NDC for his personal parochial gain? Is he not the one messing up our foreign policy with his surrogate? He is the biggest existential threat to our survival as NDC. Kwesi Pratt, go and rebuild your CPP and leave us alone to rebuild our NDC. You have never been NDC, so just leave us alone. Hypocrite and parasite, we will flush him out of the NDC very soon. And this was the video he was watching. He's made some important points that we need to decode. And we are going to decode that on the show. I placed a call to Koku Anyidoho. He didn't answer. I sent him a message and told him how much I wanted him to decode these things that he said. But he didn't answer. But we will still go ahead and decode that. Dash it away. Now, Koku Anyidoho has said something and I need us to look at that. Come here. Now, my brother, my sister, he is saying that Kwesi Pratt's daughter is one of the appointees of the president. And this is the daughter. Her name is Amma Pratt. She was appointed press secretary to the vice president. This is the lady. She's in the office of the vice president, Professor Nana Jane. First one decoded. Now, Koku Anyidoho says that Kwesi Pratt's surrogate is destroying the foreign affairs. In other words, in his own words, foreign policy. Who is he talking about? Samuel Okujato Ablakwa. According to Koku Anyidoho, even though he has not mentioned names, the man who is in charge of our foreign policy is no other person than Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. And he is a man so close to the jugular vein of Kwesi Pratt. So he has fired missiles. 1 to the daughter of Kwesi Pratt. 2 to Kwesi Pratt's surrogate. And listen to the word he's using. Surrogate. You know what a surrogate child is? I leave you to decode that. My brother, my sister, this is Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. And according to Koku Anyidoho, you, Kwesi Pratt, you are going out there saying Mohammed's appointees are making nonsense of the reset agenda. Your daughter is one of those appointees. She should be counted inclusive. One other appointee is your surrogate. And that guy is this guy here. He's messing up our foreign policy. With all respect, this guy is the best foreign affairs minister I have seen in my 51 years of looking at Ghanaian politics. Show me one person who has done better than the less than 2 years that Okudzeto Ablakwa has been in the office there. For the first time, my brother, any cockroach who touches a Ghanaian, it doesn't matter whether you are in the middle of the ocean or in space, the bald-headed Okudzeto Ablakwa, who was labeled as one of the babies with sharp teeth in the days of Rollins, would fly like a submarine deep into the abyss to find out what is happening to that Ghanaian. He would go into space without a space shuttle to find out what is happening to a Ghanaian crying there from an SOS. Hey, let's give credit where credit is due. My brother, my sister, this is Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa. When President Mahama spoke at the UN and had that wonderful standing ovation, when questions were fired, it was this guy who stood on behalf of Ghana, articulated what the president said at the UN for that resolution to be accepted and be passed. My brother, what has he done that is messing up the foreign policy of Ghana? South Africans are misbehaving. He has written to the AU. He has gone all the way to South Africa to talk to the people of South Africa. This was the guy who was responsible for getting us a visa-free entry into South Africa. Let's not let politics and hatred destroy the good work people are doing. I am a fan of hard work. It doesn't matter whether Ablakwa answers my calls or not. It doesn't matter whether Ablakwa has given me a diplomatic passport or not. It doesn't matter whether me and him sit and smoke Ntampe under the Ntampe tree or not. It doesn't matter if Okudzeto Ablakwa packages something and gives to me or not. That is not my concern. My concern is Ghana. Okudzeto could be my bitterest enemy. As long as he's delivering, he's my best friend. And people have come to see that about Blakk Rasta. It's not about what you give Blakk Rasta. I am not hungry. I don't go to people cup in hand. That is why you go to your ministries and you don't see me. Ask the foot soldiers, how many of them have seen me around the ministries? I don't do that. I am busy gathering information that will make Ghana grow. Okudzeto Ablakwa is one of the best, if not the very best, my brother, my sister, foreign affairs minister this country has ever had. Take it or leave it. Anybody who criticizes this man and say he's messing up the foreign policy of Ghana, yes, is probably full of hatred, jealousy, or envy, or all combined. And I'm sad that Koku seems to be bitter. The bitterness hasn't left him yet. That's what I think. Kwesi Pratt's daughter is an appointee. How did Kwesi Pratt hijack the NDC? And then you accuse him of being a hijacker. He should go and deal with his CPP and leave the NDC alone. During the election, his voice was so strong. It helped to bring the NDC into power. At the time, you didn't castigate him. You did not rusticate him. You did not kick him out and chop him off like a bad habit out of the NDC to go and join his CPP. Today, he's made a very genuine remark that, Mr. President, we love your reset agenda. Mr. President, we love your 24-hour economy. We love how you are making the economy so sweet, like fresh tomatoes in the Hamatan. But beware of the ice of March. Those of you who have read Julius Caesar, Caesar, beware of the ice of March. And Caesar looked left, looked right, and smiled. And when he was told again, beware of the ice of March, he said, the ice of March have come. And what did the soothsayer say? Those of you who have read some literature, what did the soothsayer say? Yes, the ice of March have come, but not gone. And that was the day Caesar lost his life. My brother, you should thank a man who will forewarn you. Thank a man who all along has been saying all the beautiful things about the NDC. A lot of the things Kwesi Pratt said during the elections helped bring the NDC into power. If I am lying, tell me I'm lying. Today, he's a hijacker. Today, he has hijacked the NDC. Why? Why are you trying to create hatred for the 70-plus old man who refused an appointment in the days of John Evans Atta Mills to be an ambassador to India? He said he can never accept any political appointment. Did you hear that? Is that a man who is a hijacker? I don't need any political appointment. Me, I don't need it. Kwesi Pratt did not go to beg for his daughter to be appointed. If anything at all, Mahama was probably trying to say thank you to Kwesi Pratt for all the wonderful things he said about Ghana and the realism that he spread on the table like a carpet. Okujeto Ablakwa is a Pan-Africanist. I am glad to have a Pan-Africanist in that foreign ministry. Oh yes. Somebody who thinks Nkrumah, when these xenophobic attacks were happening in South Africa, he was busily gallivanting from one point to the other, soliciting support for our people. See how quickly he's been able to bring out a plan to bring back South Ghanaians who are in South Africa. No African country has done that. Not Mozambique, not Zimbabwe, not Togo, not Benin, not Algeria. It's only Ghana, as it stands right now, that has gone to South Africa to say, you know what? We have dignity. We have integrity. Thou shalt not touch no Ghanaian. Ghanaians, come home. Beautiful flight. My brother, countries we never even knew existed. Okujeto Ablakwa ran to those countries to salvage the image of Ghanaians. Do you want an armchair foreign affairs minister who will sit down and talk big English, or you want a practical one? a young and affable one. What Koku Anyidoho said smacks of jealousy, smacks of hatred, smacks of envy. And I'm so disappointed. If you have a problem with Kwesi Pratt, sort it out with him. You see, Akuko such a kroma. And you know fair. No matter how well the fowl dances for the hawk, the fowl will never be appreciated, because as the fowl is busily dancing, the hawk is thinking about the cooking pot. That's all it is good for, eating. That's the hawk's food. The hawk is not there to admire your dance. It's there to salivate on your flesh. Hallelujah. How is Kwesi Pratt destroying the NDC? By sounding the alarm? You want him to be a hypocrite? Sit down and watch the Titanic start to sink, and he will pick up a megaphone and say, oh, I saw it, but I was waiting. Waiting for what? Please, cut him some slack. Koku, I know it's hard. NPP disappointed. I know you might not be getting that fat envelope as alleged from the NPP anymore. If I were you, it will be time to go with some big wigs of the party. In fact, to where it matters and sort out the differences. It's time to appease rather than to break a peace. Jesus. Did you hear that? It's time to appease. Not a time to break a peace. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. To Kwesi Pratt, I know your badge of honor is integrity, Pan-Africanism. As my friends in Kumasi will say, me manunka u shirt, u coat. Na akoka u shirt. Can I say that again? Me manunka u coat. Na akoka u shirt. Don't let it touch your coat, let alone your shirt under the coat. Continue to do what you're doing. We appreciate you and we love you. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonomo, and here we speak truth to power. Story number 2. Watch this. Healing is over. Time to rule Ghana again. Bawumia charges. Now, there's a tape going round, correct? Of Bawumia telling the whole Ghana that the NPP has healed now. It is time to rule Ghana. And this is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Do we have the tape? Now, my brother, my sister, this was the Vice President of the Republic for 8 solid years. He was brought into the NPP almost in the same way as John Dramani Mahama was plucked from oblivion and brought into the presidency by John Evans Atta Mills. The only difference is that Mahama has always been an NDC man. He rose from assemblyman all the way through party foot soldier, communicator, and then MP, Minister of State, all the way to the presidency. But this man was sitting somewhere in some financial institutions in America, working out credit and debit, ledger, folio, and all that. Balance brought back, balance brought forward. This was what he was doing. His head was full of economics. At a point, he was even called the Ghana Adam Smith. And you know, when we talk about the father of economics, we loosely give it to that guy called Adam Smith. The Smithsonian theorists and economics, my brother, my sister, he had all in his head. Anything to do with supply and demand, the equilibrium and more. He had everything here. My brother, he lived in the snow. Maybe he was an original Eskimo. The moment he was brought into Ghana, a warm country like that, his brain stopped working. There are some people like that. They only think when they are on the snow. There are some footballers, they only do well when they are in the cold. The moment they are plucked out and brought to play for their countries in Africa, they play football like cockroaches on heat. They kick the ball left, right, and center as if they don't know what is happening. Bawumia was originally an Eskimo. He was born to live in igloos. He was born to sit on snow and cross his leg and talk economics. But Nana Addo made a mistake. He saw how he was firing out there. And he asked him what color he belonged to. And he said he was closer to the Nkrumahs because his father was an Nkrumahist. But he could also be something else. They forged some histories around him and slapped him with a Dombo label in order to smuggle him in. The NPP is so good at that. You remember that guy who stood as an independent candidate? They excommunicated him from the party so disgracefully. Yes, by their party laws, that guy was not supposed to stay unsacked. So they sacked him. But when he won the elections, these people who have no principles and morals, they swallowed back the dirty vomit. Oh my God. And went back and brought that guy. And he started, the unpatriotic guy that he is, he betrayed his constituency and decided that he would be part of the NPP again. And to make it worse, he was making demands like the blackmailer that he is. Ghanaians think. Think. The guy was an NPP guy. He felt that he should run. The party says no. Say, okay, then I'm going independent. The party says, you know what? The party says anybody who goes independent like you must be sacked. So they decided to fire him. And he went out quietly. Then he won the elections. Unashamedly. The demonic dwarf ran there and started speaking gibberish. Oh, you have always been a blue member, and then we just had a small issue. We want you back to join us so that we'll be able to deal with this so-called hang parliament. Do we all remember that? Do we all remember? I don't even remember his name. I don't want to remember his name. Hey! Now this guy told the NPP, I would only join you in parliament if you make me one of the speakers. So, our hands are in your mouth. You don't spank a lion when your hand is in his mouth. So they made him one of the speakers. I think a deputy speaker. My God. That's how lowly this dirty party is. They have no morals, they have no principles, they have no ethics. They can stoop so low for political gain. They don't care about Ghana. That's why I don't like them. They brought the Eskimo, Bawumia, who only thinks when he's sitting on the snow, to Ghana, and his brain ceased to work. He became a dancer instead of an economist. He was dancing off beat, laughing like a man who just dropped from Venus, laughing and commissioning toilets, one toilet after the other, and they pushed him and used him like the stooge that he is. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. I'm choosing my words carefully. They made him a toilet commissioner of toilets, from a failed economist to a commissioner of toilets. And he didn't care. He was still dancing offbeat. Azonto, offbeat. He was dancing. Hey, to make it worse, my brother, Ghanaians got fed up with all the nonsense. I heard he and his boss had some disagreements, but he went for the election anyway. The party members started calling him a surrogate. The same word that Koku Anyidoho is using on a Blakk. A smuggled entity into the caucus of the NPP. Hallelujah. That was the day I felt so bad for my brother Bawumia. And for once, I had to come out and defend him with all the blood that I have in me. No matter how much you dislike your brother, the blood that runs in the two of you sometimes will make you stand, no matter what, for him. And that was the moment. He had disgraced us, disappointed us, but at the point, I supported him. You know what he said? He said he was only a mate. If I solve all the problems now, then when I become president, what other problems would I solve? Oh my God. My brother, my sister, this is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. He relegated the office of the vice president to a mate's seat. I was only a mate. Now make me the driver, and I will make sure that I deliver. It's an indictment on your boss. My biggest problem with him, he should have been bold enough to walk up like the Northerner that he is. Like our ancestors who were taken into slavery. Death before dishonor. If you realize that, they have brought your own wife and brought your son and asked them to cooperate on the slave ship. You don't want to see it. You prefer death. You jump into the sea. Death before dishonor. That's a brave man. Or you fight until you are killed. At least you'd have gone down with 2 people out of the 100. But the coward, you know what he did? He waited and sat on the fence, looked at the dwarf misbehaving, and he didn't care about his political future. I started warning him from that time. Hey, Bawumia, be careful. Hey, Bawumia, where you come from, we don't take this nonsense. But no, he was thinking about his stomach. At the time, he had grown an ugly pot belly out of overeating and oversleeping as the mate. Nanado was kicked out, and he became a political orphan. Right after that, he was fortunate to win his party's slot to run for the party. Many are not happy. The party is divided. People like Canada, Japan believe that it is time for the party to at least dedicate some time to bring the party together, unite the party, heal. But Bawumia is here. He said, oh, after 1 year, the healing process is over. We are no longer healing. We are preparing to govern. Bawumia rallies minority ahead of parliamentary session. And this was published today at 1:57 p.m. by Joy Online. Run the story. That's what he said. He said it is time to rule. Healing is over. Former Vice President Dr. Bawumia has urged the minority caucus of the new Patriotic Party in Parliament to reposition the party as a credible government in waiting ahead of the 2029 general elections. That's what he said. Addressing minority members of Parliament during a pre-Parliament briefing ahead of the resumption of the second meeting of the second session of the 9th Parliament, Dr. Bawumia declared that the period of internal reflection following the party's 2024 electoral defeat has ended. Did you hear that? We have finished the period of introspection. You want to hear it again? We have finished the period of introspection. We must now position ourselves credibly as a party preparing to govern from the 7th of January 2029. That's it away. One of the best things Bawumia did, which I will always congratulate him, my brother, my sister, is the fact that he conceded early defeat. That's a gentleman. That's a warrior. He's a warrior who would come over to you and tell you, hey, you know what? You have won today. After all, he who fights and runs away returns or comes back to fight another day. Let's listen to what Bawumia said. Okay? Watch this.
In my reflection, there are 4 key things that I want you to have at the top of your minds as you return to the house tomorrow. First, we are no longer healing. We are preparing to govern. We have finished the period of introspection. We must now position ourselves credibly as a party preparing to govern from 7th January 2029. From this session onward, every word we speak must answer one question in the mind of the ordinary Ghanaian. Can I trust the NPP to run the country again? That is the question we must answer. The positions we take on matters that come before the House, the alternative businesses, the alternative business we bring to the floor, the private members' bills we choose to introduce, our comments to the press, and what we participate in, abstain from, or even boycott must all be guided by one objective: convincing the people of Ghana that they can trust us to do a better job than the NDC and move this country in the direction that ensures growth while safeguarding our country for future generations.
I mean, there's no confidence. How can you defeat the NDC at this time? When they did what the economists couldn't do. The economy is like this. You reduce the economy to its lowest ebb in all arrogance. No respect for the Ghanaian. When Bawumia was in power, it was so difficult to get even to him. To sit down for a minute and say, bros, you know what? I think this is wrong. I think that is wrong. Gather some intelligence around that. No. They became tin gods. The humble guy that they say he is, I didn't see that. Hey! They built walls around them. The people who used to come to us as if they were friends and drank calipo and water from sachet like we did, all of a sudden, we didn't belong in their class. Go. A mate. Now, the question I want to ask Bawumia is, do you have a driver's license now? You are a mate. You were not qualified to drive the car. Do you have a driver's license now? It's a question. Do you have it? He asked some important questions that the NPP must ask itself. Are we ready? And would people believe us to rule again? Will they give us the mandate? We should ask ourselves. And that's an honest question he put out. Self-assessment. Find out if you are ready for power. How can you have power with Abronya being your, communicator? What kind of power are you going to get? Mates in power. Mates, drivers mates in power. I think you should rather go for GPRTU elections. That is where Bawumia belongs. GPRTU elections as the chairman of the GPRTU. That's where you belong. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Koku, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we got more. Hey ya! Hey you! Kai! Why? Wayo!
Sometimes you just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian dream, royal oud, thalassotherapy, ikigai, fior di loto, and karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin. Breathe in the aroma. Let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean. You feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente. Luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori d'Oriente.
Sometimes you just need a moment for yourself, a moment to slow down, feel the water, and let the day fade. Tesori is more than just a shower. It's a moment of pure calm, smooth, creamy, and relaxing. With forest therapy, Persian dream, royal oud, thalassotherapy, ikigai, fior di loto, and karma, all in convenient 500 milliliter bottles. There's a Tesori scent to fit every mood, every moment, every kind of you. Feel the lather on your skin. Breathe in the aroma. Let stress melt away and just enjoy the calm. You don't just feel clean. You feel refreshed, confident, and yourself. Tesori d'Oriente. Luxury is a feeling. For bulk purchases, contact Daddy Ash Limited on 0244 772599.
Tesori d'Oriente.
Blakk Pot, Koku show, man. Blakk pot. Koku show 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 man.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushunemo. And here we speak truth to power. Now, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. Please share the broadcast. And if you have not as yet subscribed to the channel, hit on the subscription button right after that on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. This is the Black Pot. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a story you want us to follow up on. We are most excited to do that for free. Absolutely. This is the headquarters of the truth. Story number 3. Watch this. NPP corruption, unprecedented. And this is the Attorney General and the Minister for Justice, Dr. DOMINIC AYINE. I love this man a lot. He's very humble and he speaks the truth every time. This is the man. When I ask him a question and he knows he will not be able to tell me the plain truth, he will tell me, Black Rasta, I can't tell you the truth and I don't know how to lie. Sometimes he will tell me, this is against the ethics. Other times he will tell me, I will give you this information a week from now. He's a very principled man. He knows his work. He's a legal luminary. He's a Stanford lawyer, Connecticut. He's a brilliant guy. My brother, my sister, this is the man we are talking about. DOMINIC AYINE. Now, since he came into power under the John Dramani Mahama, Professor Nana Jane administration, many people have criticized him, saying that he's doing too much talking. Others have said that the oral that was supposed to be the backbone of his office, in fact, has comatose. In the very words of Amin Anta, it is in coma. My brother, my sister, this is Dr. DOMINIC AYINE. He has spoken. And he has spoken about oral. He has spoken about something that is very, very, very intriguing. He has spoken about the corruption, unprecedented corruption in the NPP regime. Let's watch that tape, and when we return, we will go into it. Watch this.
You know, statements like that are being made that we are doing this because oral is failing. Oral is not failing. All right, go back and check the records. I am the first Attorney General in the history of the Fourth Republic to have brought 5 corruption cases in 1 year. Go back and check the records. And what is happening in court now is rather putting pressure on them because they know that I have been so diligent in my investigations, I have been so diligent in the prosecutions that they are afraid that their people will go to jail for, you know, the acts of corruption that they engage in. And so the accusation that we are shifting focus away from oral is not something that I will pay heed to, because oral is on track and oral is going to succeed.
Hey, did you hear that? Did you decode that? He said, in the history of the Fourth Republic, no Attorney General has been able to go to court with 5 criminal cases like he has done. And that's a fact. To be able to go to the court with 5 criminal charges, it's never happened at a time. And they are all in court at the same time. It's putting pressure on the court system, putting pressure on the judges, putting pressure on the judiciary to deliver in record time. Ghanaians are all crying that they want to see some action. And the action has left the table of the Attorney General to the courts. If there's anything at all, Ghanaians should be marching to the courts to ask for speediness. He has done the prosecutions. 5 prosecutions, unprecedented. And everything is in the court right now. He's looking at the courts and telling the courts that there must be action. Now the president, John Dramani Mahama, also decided to plead with the courts to start a certain special court that will be dedicated to this oral thing and be able to make the prosecutions and the trials very, very fast. That is why we have Justice Francis Apangabono Achebonga sitting on some of these almost every other day. Now the Attorney General has made it clear that the NPP knows that all the 5 people, alleged criminals who have been thrown to the courts, will go to jail. That is why they are busily trying to make it look like there is nothing happening. Yet they know by the way the investigations were done by IOCO, by the Office of the Special Prosecutor on the other side, my brother, my sister, and some other such investigative bodies, especially IOCO. These people would go to jail. That's what he said. I need you to listen back to the tape. We make our final comments and watch out for where he said that never ever in the history of this country, not in the Fourth Republic, have we seen an Attorney General go to court with 5 big criminal cases. And this is basically because the party in power at the time was busily stealing, allegedly. Watch this.
You know, statements like that are being made that we are doing this because oral is failing. Oral is not failing. All right, go back and check the records. I am the first Attorney General in the history of the Fourth Republic to have brought 5 corruption cases in 1 year. Go back and check the records. And what is happening in court now is rather putting pressure on them because they know that I have been so diligent in my investigations, I have been so diligent in the prosecutions that they are afraid that their people will go to jail for, you know, the acts of corruption that they engage in. And so the accusation that we are shifting focus away from oral is not something that I will pay heed to, because oral is on track and oral is going to succeed.
Oral is on track and oral is going to succeed. They are afraid that all the 5 that we have taken to the courts in just 1 year, you heard him, unprecedented, because of unprecedented corruption in a demonic government that took over the destiny of Ghana 8 solid years. Now they say they want to come back for the year. This is Dr. DOMINIC AYINE, the Stanford lawyer. My brother, my sister, he has spoken. Ghanaians must be excited about one thing. Look at the investigation. take time to look at what has been investigated, what investigators have found. In fact, I have not been too interested in trials in the past because politicians, they know how to protect each other, and I hate them. You know that. But in this regime, I've seen some seriousness. I have seen how investigators go through every crevice, every fissure, every crack, every hole in order to demystify some kind of crime. When you take the Hanan case, look how hard Iyoko and the Capo di Tutti Capi, one Capo Ray, Raymond Archer, look how diligently the investigation has gone. Even an illiterate can look at it and shake the head and say, wow, a lot of work has gone in here. In fact, when you look at the work of Iyoko right now, you know that we are getting there as a nation. Forensicity, clinical forensicity in all these investigations. Look at Kwesi Pratty. He himself allegedly clapped for investigators when he was arrested. He thought he had covered all his tracks. In the Nana Addo government, he was the kingpin. Nobody could stop him. And they were able to stop him like that. Look how the trial is going. It's clear where we are going to land finally. My brother, my sister, Iyoko finally looked at the Hanan case and realized that, you know what? This case is going to drag. Let's take out all the companies of Hanan. Let's go for him and his wife alone. And let's see if this will delay. That is looking for results. My brother, Hanan, Kweku, Kwabena Edubuahene, Chairman Wontumi, look at all the allegations against Wontumi. Even a blind man can see for the first time that this is glaring. The Exim Bank, Galamsey issues. Oh my God. I think that we rather need to encourage the office of the Attorney General and Minister for Justice and all its subordinates, Iyoko and the rest, to do more, rather than saying that oral is comatose. The unprecedented corruption we saw in the Nana Addo regime has inundated the courts with criminal charges and cases that our courts are struggling to cope with. In the words of DOMINIC AYINE. But in his own words again, he says they know that all these guys, their people, will go to jail. And I believe him. It's the Black Pot, aka Kokoshonemo, where we speak truth to power. Story number 4. Watch this. Kaidodo. Ghana says bye-bye to IMF at last. Hey. What is the IMF? International Monetary Fund. Hey. The IMF and the World Bank, according to pundits of the game, have been responsible for the backward journeying of Africa. They have given so many reasons. We are always owing. Government after government. This seems to be our bedroom. We sleep on the bed of the IMF. The IMF sodomizes us every time. No matter how uncomfortable we are with sodomy. The IMF will continue to sodomize Africans left, right, and center until we get wiser. I don't understand, and I can't explain it to my children. How come we have gold, diamond, bauxite? yet we are always in debt. I don't know. In fact, it's a paradox. We have gold, we have diamond, we have bauxite. Hey, every little pool of water you see in Ghana, there's fish in there. With all these, paradoxically, we are always in debt. What an irony. The World Bank is a Siamese twin of IMF. My brother, and when you read the economic hitman, they intentionally saddle us with debt anytime they see that we have discovered some minerals. And I won't go too much into it. Find time and read that book. I've read it more than 20 times. And every time I read it, I cry. Now the Mahama government has decided that we would own our own minerals from now. And they started with Ibrahim Mahama, the biggest miner in the whole of West Africa. And Mahama himself was the biggest blockade to Ibrahim Mahama securing that, whatever they call it, lease, concession. You know why? Because he didn't want to be blamed. One day, oh, he gave everything to his brother. So they went through the bidding process. The next person closer to Ibrahim Mahama had about 2%. Overwhelmingly, he walloped all his competitors. My brother, my sister, it is sad where our country and where the continent goes anytime we talk about debts related to the IMF and the World Bank. I don't see the IMF as a friend because IMF is always putting us in debt and I don't know why. World Bank is putting us in debt. I don't know why. Well, the Minister of Finance has come out to thank all Ghanaians for their sacrifice. 1. 2, patience. The DDEP, Domestic Debt Exchange Program, and all its demonic allies, the e-levy, and all the discomfort that was pushed into our anuses, sodomy. Jesus have mercy. He has spoken. What did he say? But what is the implication? And what are the facts? We are here to tell you that. Watch this.
This announcement marks the definitive end of Ghana's financial bailout relationship with the IMF. The government of Ghana is exceedingly grateful to the people of Ghana for their sacrifices, resilience, and forbearance. The government of Ghana is also exceedingly grateful to our bilateral creditors, the Official Creditors Committee, and our external and domestic investors for their collective sacrifice. Going forward, the government of Ghana announces an engagement with the IMF on Policy Coordination Instrument, PCI. The PCI is a form of technical assistance engagement with the IMF. It is a non-financing instrument designed to help countries implement economic reforms and signal commitment to policies that the financial market will be very comfortable with, and unlock financing from private investors and other development partners. For the avoidance of doubt, the PCI does not provide financial bailout, but it will offer continuous capacity development, confidence boosts to the market, and deliver a catalytic effect for fresh financing to Ghana. This non-bailout technical assistance policy coordination instrument will complement government effort to achieve investment grade in the near future. Achieving investment grade is very important and significant to the people of Ghana. It will lower sovereign and private sector borrowing costs and attract long-term institutional investors, foreign direct investment, and unlock cheaper financing for critical infrastructure development and private sector growth. Ultimately, this engagement will support government of Ghana's effort to accelerate sustainable development create jobs, and raise living standards for all Ghanaians. President Mahama and his administration remain fully committed to good governance, prudent economic management, fiscal discipline, and creating an attractive environment for both domestic and international investment. Thank you very much. This announcement marks the definitive end of Ghana's financial bailout relationship with the IMF.
This is Ato Forsen. He is two ministers in one. Minister of Defense, acting, and then the Minister of Finance. They say Ato Forsen is still forcing, doing a lot of things beautifully, forensically, and clinically on point. Hey, all that he said, very simple. Some debt, extended, whatever, and transitions. They have finished paying that money. And now they are going to fall on the IMF for PCI. Policy, control, instrument. I think so. My brother, my sister, what it means is that, listen, you gave us a certain loan. We have finished paying you that. But we have not broken the marriage with you. We still would fall on you for advice to be able to implement a lot of our financial engagements and policies so that we will still be able to bring in investors and some other such people. So you would become an advisor to us. We are not coming to you for money. My brother, my sister, that is for the layman to understand exactly what it is. But has Ghana paid off all the money it owes to the IMF? That's the question I'm asking. Has Ghana paid off all its debt to the IMF? Run the doors here. What? No. Ghana has not settled or paid off all its IMF debt, while the government of Ghana officially exited and concluded its 3 billion extended credit facility, ECF, bailout program. This milestone simply means Ghana has stopped receiving emergency bailout funds and has completed the active 3-year reform program. Jesus. How many of us remember the 3 billion? Kenufuriata's 3 billion. After the e-levy cake was cut in that disgrace, after the demonic dwarf and his demons from hell told us that without that bailout, our country would crash. Remember Ken Oforiatta telling us they needed this dirty cake so that we'll be able to function again as a nation. How many Ghanaians remember? If you remember, give me a like. Jesus. Kennedy Japan was flown all the way from America, where he was taking a brain surgery from a qualified American doctor to come and vote for e-levy. After voting for e-levy, a few weeks later, they told us e-levy had failed. And Ken Oforiatta was going to the IMF to beg for 3 billion American dollars. The humiliation they took us through. When Ghana went there, they asked us to hold our ears and bounce left, right, and center and say, we are a stupid nation, you know. We are a stupid nation. Remember how we used to do it in the secondary schools? I am a donkey. I am a donkey. I am a donkey. You should hold your ears and go down like that and say you are a donkey. 1,000,000 times. We did that. And me, as a student of English literature, it reminded me of when the triumvirates came down and they were going to take the life of Macbeth. How many of you have read Macbeth? These days, Ghanaians don't read. Macbeth, my brother, Macbeth was going to be killed. And he said he was not going to fight anymore. I've given up. I'm not going to fight. Take whatever you want. After he had killed King Duncan and become a king. Now they were coming to take over the throne from him, the triumvirates. That was what Macbeth said. He will not fight anymore. And they said, okay, we will not also fight you. All we will do is to put you in a cage. On the cage we shall write, here comes the traitor. You know who a traitor is? A betrayer. He betrayed King Duncan that he should be saving and protecting just because he wanted to be king. He killed him. We will take the cage to the market square for everybody to see the traitor in a cage. The moment he heard the word traitor, he got angry and flashed out his sword again. That was when he was beheaded. In fact, he was executed. My brother, I have always made this thing guide me. The Dagombes call it Dantemakatuma Manje. To insult me after giving it to me, keep it. Macbeth was not ready for that label on him as a traitor. And that's what the West normally does. Before they give you any aid, they want you to sign that you are stupid. They want you to sign that there was something even called HYPOCRITE. Do you remember HYPOCRITE? 20-year-olds, 17-year-olds might not remember HYPOCRITE. They wanted us to sign that we are highly indebted. Poor countries. Heavily indebted. Before we give you this, sign that you are so poor you can't help yourself, you are so stupid you can't make money. Osafo Mafo went and signed that pact, and we became officially known as a HYPOCRITE nation. That was what the IMF did to us. The 3 billion you are coming for, you need to meet this condition. We'll bring somebody from Switzerland to come and sit in your office there and direct you idiots as to where to spend the money, where not to spend, what time to come to work, what time you shouldn't come to work. Yet we had a finance minister. What an insult. And today Bawumia says he wants to come back and be president. Let's be serious for once. Hey, they have people come from Switzerland to sit in our finance offices here with a clock for everyone to clock in 7:30 on the dot. You have to be here. If you are going to buy cocoa and kose, they say no, you are poor, you have our money, drink only cocoa raw, cocoa sakura. If you go to drink tea, no milk, let alone chibo. That was what they took us through. Because we are not intelligent when it comes to running our economy. Yet we had a finance minister whose cousin was the president. After taking us through this hell, he ran to America and said we are chasing him to kill him. And you want me to be happy about this? Me? Excited about this? Me not do it, me brother. I can't deal with that. Now bring back the dossier. And let's see what's up. Now the structural and financial realities of Ghana's IMF debt profile include the following. outstanding debt owed, Ghana remains Africa's 4th largest debtor to the IMF. My brother, we still have 2.72 billion to pay the IMF. We have only serviced what Ken Oforiatta has gone to take from us. $2.72 billion. And this one we have to also pay. If we give Mahama time, he will pay all this. I'm telling you. What is 2.72 billion American dollars? It's nothing. Dash it away. My brother, my sister. Yes, Ghana has said bye-bye to the IMF for now. No bailouts. We only need the PCI. And right after that, we are looking forward to working with the IMF without bailouts. Ghana is going somewhere. But remember, we are still the 4th most indebted country in Africa to the IMF. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Koku, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we have a final story. Hey ya! Hey yo! Kai! Wai! Wayo!
Blakk Pot, Koku Show.
It's the Blakk Pot, aka Koku Show, and here we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you so much to our sponsors. Thanks so much to Tesoro d'Oriente. Turn every single shower into a royal experience. Thanks also so much to Millennium Insurance, your trustworthy partner. Finally, we want to say thank you so much to Lemfi. With Lemfi, no transfer fees, and you get the most competitive rates. But remember to use the referral code 1RASTA, Rasta Bakupe. This is the Blakk Pot. Please subscribe to the channel, hit on the notification bell so that each time we are on, you will be reminded to watch. Please recommend us to family and friends. We have a final big story. Story number 5. Watch this. NPP threat. We will make Ghana ungovernable. And this is a guy called SALAM, MUSTAPHA. SALAM, MUSTAPHA is the gentleman here. SALAM, MUSTAPHA. I don't remember ever meeting him. If I see him outside, I will not know that he's capable of saying the things that he said. Because he has a face that looks very, very serene, responsible, and humble. But Shakespeare will tell you, there is no art to see the mind's construction on the face. In other words, there is no art to read the mind's construction on the face. This is the guy we're talking about. His name is SALAM MUSTAPHA. This is not the first time people are hearing about him. He's a very controversial guy. And sometimes he makes utterances And you wonder if those utterances are out of, what is the word? Frustration. Or some such thing. Now, he said that they will weaponize the youth of Ghana that belong to the NPP to make Ghana ungovernable. We'll play you the tape. But this is the guy we're talking about. This is Salam Mustafa. My brother, he was the national youth organizer of his party. All the youth were under him. Very hard-working guy, running from constituency to constituency, region to region, very energetic. So the youth know him. So when he says they will weaponize the youth, he knows what he's talking about. The youth know him. Now, 2026, he said he's probably no longer a youth. For that matter, he cannot run for the youth organizer. He will run for something else. To those who don't know this guy, run the dossier. Let's see exactly who he is. And he has a rich background. Now, Salam Muhammad Mustafa, popularly known as SM, that's Salam Mustafa, is a prominent Ghanaian politician, project management specialist, and the current national youth organizer of the NPP, known for his aggressive grassroots mobilization and fiery political rhetoric. He has risen through the party ranks to become one of its most visible national executives. He was born and raised in Tamale in the northern region. There's nobody from Tamale I don't know except this guy. Growing up in a large family alongside 10 siblings. Maybe that is where the frustration is coming from. My brother, my sister, when you come from a large family, you are always in a hurry to have everything go your way. And that can kick in some frustration. He completed his primary and secondary school in Tamale, attending the prestigious Tamale Senior High School called Tamasco. That's the same school I went to, albeit for just one term. He earned his undergraduate degree from the University for Development Studies. And I also went to that university, UDS, albeit for 1 year, and left. So all the schools I attended and left, he went to those schools and completed. He later traveled to the United Kingdom to obtain a postgraduate degree from the University of Salford in Manchester. The only difference is that I went to the University of Coventry, also in England. He went to the University of Salford, specializing as a project management and development specialist. In fact, he began his political journey at the student and grassroots levels, steadily building a reputation as a strategist. He was a TESCON activist between 2007 and 2009, right there at the UDS War campus, and served as a polling station agent in the pivotal 2008 general elections. This is Mustafa Salam that we're talking about. Then he served as a campaign aide to Prince Imoro Andani. I know this man too well. Former Northern Regional Minister in 2004. He later joined the Northern Regional and National Communication teams as a frequent radio and TV panelist. Then he was part of the Young Patriots. In 2012, he became a core member of the Young Patriots, a vibrant NPP youth pressure group alongside notable figures like the late John Kuma. They spearheaded early demonstrations against the then ruling party. Mentorship. He worked closely under former NPP youth leaders, including Honorable Anthony Kabo and Honorable Sami Uku. My brother, my sister, this is the guy we're talking about. Before taking on full-time party leadership, Mustapha served in the public sector as the Deputy Director of Operations and later the Director of Programs at the Office of the Vice President, Mahmoud Bawumia. Did you hear that? Then, at the NPP National Delegates Conference held at Accra Sports Stadium in July 2022, Mustapha won the National Youth Organizer race with 255 votes, defeating 3 other contestants. National Youth Organizer from 2022. He engineered the nationwide Bawumia Youth Connect campaign, transversing all 16 regions to secure the youth vote. He also introduced distinct outreach programs like Campus Connect and Ghetto Invasion to broaden the party's demographics. This is deep. Look at how smart, how sharp this guy is. My brother, my sister, now he wants to be a national organizer. Flip. That's what he wants to be. Flip. Now, Salam Mustapha wants to be a national organizer. Flip. And this is where we are right now. He has done all these things. Bawumia Youth Connect, Ghetto Invasion, and Campus Stores. And look, he's known for mobilizing the party youth like never. This is the guy we are talking about. Dash it away. Now that we know who he is, let us go to SM, Salam Mustapha, and listen to what he said. Watch this.
And trust me, when the NPP says we'll react, we'll react. Because we are not a small political party. If for nothing at all, in the last election, over 4 million people voted for us. And if you come to our database, we know we have numbers. And if this nonsense doesn't stop, we will weaponize our support base. And we will make this country extremely ungovernable for them. We are sending this warning and caution to government that release Abronye. Otherwise, should anything happen to Abronye in custody, you have us to contend with. And this constant harassment and intimidation of NPP people, if you people don't stop it, we'll make sure that we react in such a way that you will not be happy with us. You have a country to govern, and we are here to support you and give you the best of advice from opposition point of view. If you turn us into enemies, we will give you rebellion. And this, take it from me. If we have to weaponize the entire youth of the NPP, rally behind our entire support base, I promise you, we will. Today, if you're an NPP person, when you wake up, you don't know whether you are the next person on the list. And that these days, when you are going out, you must prepare yourself well. You must have toothpaste, toothbrush, sponge, Milo, Cerelac on you, because you don't know whether you'll be picked up in the next moment. That is the sad reality to be an NPP person in Ghana today. For a judge, in all intents and purposes, to look into the eyes of a fellow man and say, go and lie in detention on remand until your case is determined, beats any reasonable imagination. It is so terrible that no matter how well you want to present it, it still beats imagination. And we're
The way he speaks, you can see that it's not even well. He's sick. Yeah, he's sick. I'm so ashamed of this guy. He comes from a region where there are wars all over the place. And I'm from that region too. Maybe that's what has eaten into his head. He's tired of the peace that is in the country. He wants war. He's a warmonger. He comes from a party that says all die be die. There are some people, if they don't hear gunshots, they are not happy. Kennedy Japan is one of them. He says when he goes to bed, he thinks about two things: money and fight war. Yeah, these are the cowards. The moment they hear one gunshot, boom, they flee. They have 10 different passports. Turkey, Azerbaijan, countries that are not even on the map. They have passports for those countries. I'm so disappointed. Mustafa. Maybe I've met him before. These days, I think I'm growing old, so I forget people that I meet. I don't know. He says if they have to weaponize the youth, that's Al-Qaeda language. If we have to weaponize the youth, and I don't know why this guy has not been arrested yet. He is a national youth organizer. He says they will weaponize the youth if that is necessary. If Abronye is not released. I'm not happy Abronye is where he is. I don't wish any human being to be in the shoes of Abronye. But we all know who Abronye is. That notwithstanding, he's my brother. I don't like what is happening to him, and I've made it clear. But if your communications director is this guy, it's like smearing honey on yourself and blaming flies for following you. This guy, wait. This is your communications what? Chairman of what? This one. Why, you short of people or what? This guy talks with no sense. Just bang, 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 bang. Shout, 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 shout. No common sense. This guy here is your communications person. And Bawumia is counting on this guy to be able to become president. To the point that Kennedy Japan started telling Bawumia, discipline this guy. Hey, yeah, this is the level our nation has descended to. We are paying people to talk, not to think. And you, Mustafa, you have had the opportunity to go to proper schools. Thank your stars. There are still people who are going to school under trees and drinking water with animals where you come from, where me and you come from. He's saying that right now when you are coming out of your house, you have to carry Cerelac. You have to carry Milo. You have to carry toothpaste and water because you don't know whether you will return to your home or be locked up in a certain BNI cell. Correct? What is worse? And I'm not justifying anything. I am not equalizing anything. But what is worse than a certain finance minister with no common sense who took us to the IMF, borrowed 3 billion and gave pensioners who were our fathers and grandfathers unprofessional haircuts? Some of them died in their droves. Is Abronye better than those people who died? You come and stand there and say, if Abronye is not really, you weaponize the youth and make Ghana ungovernable. Did you make Ghana ungovernable when your finance minister with no common sense ran this country aground, killed a lot of innocent pensioners who went into their grave cursing this country? Did you? You all went into hiding like cowards, the cowards that you are. What are you talking about, Mustafa? Oh, you are saying it so that people will see you. You could have done better, bro. I like it when I see people from the north rise because we know that it's hard down there. We only started to see trains when we started coming up north, south, I beg your pardon. We only saw planes in movies and when they were high up, flying to Burkina Faso and other places, till we came up south. True? It hurts when people like this who have some power turn their party into Al-Qaeda. This is an Al-Qaeda party. This is not a political party. It is a terrorist organization. And Bawumia still has this person there. I will be surprised if Gabia Sarrochidaku comes to say that he supports this guy. I wouldn't be surprised if the NPP come out and say, we support him. We support the same way they say they are supporting Afenyomakin for being foolhardy. Underline that word, go find out what it means. Afenyomakin speaks like he's under Dutch courage. Find out what that statement means as well. And these are your heroes. You pay people to talk, not to think. And you claim you have a party? Oh, Mustapha. It's sad. I think that if the BNI or NIB, whatever it calls itself, hasn't arrested you yet, please do the needful. I think that you have the face of a gentleman. Don't descend into Abronyeism. It doesn't look good on you. Ghanaians all over are saying that, oh, free Abronye. You are making a hero all of a sudden out of Abronye. I don't like his utterances, but I won't be happy to see Abronye in this predicament. I'm not happy. Because I am also in that business. The only difference between me and Abronye is that one uses common sense and the other one just uses the mouth. That's all. Find out who uses common sense and who just talks. Mustapha, you went to school. Study strategy. Look at the brilliant ideas you have. Ghetto activism. As a Rasta man, understand what that is. That's how come Obama won the election. They would not say ghetto. They say inner city. Okay? You brought all those brilliance to bear. All of a sudden, we will weaponize the youth. If we have to. We have 4 million people. The last 4 million people who voted for you, they are now left with 200,000 people. I'm telling you. They've seen the work Mahama is doing. They've all left your party. How many people are belonging to the NPP now? They're all gone. Oh, don't deceive yourself. Mahama has crashed your party. The work you have to do now, I think you are overreacting. With all respect, my brother, you are overreacting. I don't know him, never met him, but something inside me tells me, slow down on this brother. And it's not because of where he's coming from. It's not because of the fugu he wears. It is simply because I feel that this is a gentleman who has become emotional. Emotional. And is just saying anything. But there's a response. And this response is coming from Dr. DOMINIC AYINE. He is the Attorney General and the Minister for Justice. He has spoken. And what has he said? What has he told the people of Ghana? He said, simply, that this thing about making Ghana ungovernable, he would treat it with the contempt that it deserves. Making it look like they are chasing people politically is wrong. Yes, you have freedom of speech, but be responsible with it. The fact that there's freedom of speech doesn't make it absolute. What does it mean to say absolute? You can say anything and walk. No, that's not freedom of speech. Be responsible. There are things that I can say right now that will bring the BNI on me. I can start saying them now. There are things that I will say that parents would get very angry. They would ask for my arrest. That means there's freedom of speech, yet it is not absolute. Be responsible with it. Let's think about that. Mustapha, I think that you need to come back and apologize to the people. Abronye is not more important than the innocent people that your government killed with the DDEP. And I can mention more. But for the sake of decorum, I leave it here. It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Koku. And here, we speak truth to power. I want to say thank you. I appreciate and I love you. Thanks so much to our sponsors. Tesore d'Oriente. Turn every single shower into a royal experience. And I want to also say thank you so much to Millennium Insurance. And when we talk about Millennium Insurance, we are saying one thing. What one thing are we saying? Your trustworthy partner. Thank you so much to Lemfi. I am a proud Lemfian. When you transfer money to Ghana, no transfer fees, and you get the most competitive rates. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Your advert can also be on the show. Millions of people will see it across the globe and beyond. We are the biggest online when it comes to patriotism. And here, we don't do politics. What we do is patriotism. It's all about our country, all about our continent, all about our land, all about our people. It's the Blakk Pot, a.k.a. Koku. And here, we speak truth to power. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Maybe you have a story you want us to follow up on. We are most excited to do that. Okay, let's see the comments. Let them come via Facebook. They could also come via YouTube. Ameto Michael says, hey, yo, hey, ya. Our country, or nothing. Wani Boy says, good evening, Blakk. Emmanuel Ania says, I'm very angry with that thing called Salam Mustapha. Okay, you should go ahead and lead the youth as well. When war breaks out, such a guy will sit back and push the youth to fight. Henry Appiah says, great man, Blakk, welcome. And then Red Berry Reels TV, come here. Rap Thunder says, welcome, legendary Blakk. And he says, always our country or nothing. We love you, legendary. I love you too. Henry Atia says, NPP, never again. Oh, never again. Ameto Michael says, God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong, bold to defend forever the cause of freedom and of right. Free. Oh, yes. We are here to build the nation, not to destroy. And then Crosby Archer says, watching you live from Canada, Ontario to be specific. Obed says, good evening, Prophet Blakk. I am really glad that you are doing well by God's grace. And he says, please share the link to bless others. Henry Atia says, watching you all the way from Bolgatanga. The good people of Bolgatanga love you too much. I love Bolgatanga. Michael Nuwachi says, bless up, brethren. Michael, how are you doing? Ameto Michael says, can you please bring the update on Goldfield renewal contract? Which update? It's done. Goldfield is gone. And Ibrahim Mahama has taken over with his ENP. It's finished. I didn't promise an update, did I? Emmanuel Ania says, so who at all is advising and encouraging Bawumia that he can be president? Hey, that person must be awarded with the biggest Fanfula award. I understand what you mean. More comments coming in. Now the Ghana boy says NPP would only destroy Ghana, just like Ken Ofori-Atta and Nana Addo did in the past 8 years. Ghanaians should vote wisely come 2028. Zoo. Obed says, may God richly bless you for always standing for the truth and nothing else. We are really happy to have you. And we also pray to have more of your type to help build our nation, Ghana and Africa. Thank you so much. Salute of patriotism. Christiana Owusu says, fire, Joseph Ayombisa. We love you, Father. And we love you, Joe. Mohammed Banjeyawan. Hey, long time no see, Mohammed Banjeyawan. Azumi Swabio. Welcome on board legendary Blakk Rasta. Anula Ambiale, greetings to the entire Blakk Pot family. Why signed MC Scorpion inside a Shyman. Harry Watson KJC says NPP is a threat to Ghana. Henry Atia says fire. Oh, yeah. Okay? We have Paulus says, we have the men. We have the men. We have the men. Nana Akufo-Addo. You are the answer for all this the country is experiencing. You brought a group of riffraffs and bandits telling us you have the men. Felicity. Hefziba says, Blakk Rasta, good evening. God bless you for your good work. And Ajua Akufu says, even NDC government, you can't call it irresponsible. Ajua Auku says, which government is more irresponsible and incompetent like NDC? Blakk Messiah says, he told former President Mills to trust in prayer than common sense. Stomach direction, Koku Anyidoho is a big joker. Are you sure? Are you sure he told President Mills to believe more in prayer than the doctors? Emmanuel Ania says, Mr. AYINE, if you claim the NPP was full of unprecedented corruption, why have you not jailed the fly? He's not the one jailing. It's the courts that jail. So the matter is in court. The talking is too much, and we need action. Please talk to the courts, okay? So they can speed up. Ajua Akufu says, you, this man, never mentioned any good deeds by NPP. Very biased indeed. I like it. You see, she's saying all this, no insults. So somebody will say, Abua Kwasia! Hey, Kwasia boy! When they call me boy, I feel good. It makes me feel like I'm 16. Those days that I used to, yeah. I'm in the party. She says, I don't say anything good about the NPP. Go back to my old tapes and you'll be shocked what I used to say about the NPP. Those who follow this program all that while, they will tell you, I used to be a Nana Addo fan. When he was talking about Ghana Beyond Aid, I was so crazy. I said, hey! And I followed him, giddy. And he let me down. That's why I'm angry. Okay? So forgive me for being angry. Blakk Messiah says that African Christian politics is a dangerous one in Ghana. Such a disgrace. Disgraceful elites. Isaac says NPP should be banned as a political party in Ghana. And he says that Blakk Messiah says the demon of evil souls, disgraceful, blah, 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 blah. Seriously. Please try and stay away from the tribal talk, okay? Isaac says the coup-making party, PNDC, NDC should be banned. Yeah, coup-making party. That's right. PNDC came. That's why I'm not a fan of Rawlings. I've said it over and over. Okay? So, I don't have a problem with you, Ajua Akufu. Ajua Akufu. Blakk Messiah says, dirty, jealous creature. Isaac says NDC is 100% better than NPP. And he says NPP should be banned as a political party in Ghana. Blakk Messiah comes back with more fire. He says too much of the religious politics with the NDC. It's okay. Ajua Akufu says, oh my God, Okudzeto Ablakwa is the best foreign minister for you. Yes. So who is yours? Who? Tell me. It's simple. Who is it? Then the debate can continue. Okay? Blakk Messiah says simple jealousy from Kuku. And then George Williams says, yes, Rasta. Blakk Messiah says he's very competent with his job. I like that guy. Excellent guy, Ablakwa. Abdul Salidu says Koku Anyidoho is very bitter and jealous. When did Koku Anyidoho stop campaigning for the NPP? And Ajua Akufu is back. With due respect, Okudzeto Ablakwa is not, absolutely not the best foreign minister. Who is it? Just mention Ajua. Abdul Salidu says Koku Anyidoho should shut up. He continues, Ama Pratt doesn't want to be president. Mr. Pratt is talking about the people who want to succeed JM. Okay? More comments? Aljan or Algent says, do you have a driver's license now? What a solid question. Ask him for me. Della Hammond says, LC Senna says, we will give the powder. Philip also says, watching you live from JFK. Love and respect. And Black Messiah says, absolutely. Charlotte Agbeka says, Bawumia should spare our ears with his lies. A.B. Kumasa says, Black hit the nail harder. Hani Adonani says, hi, Black Rasta family. And Fatih says, Honorable Blakk is the best of the best ministers. I like him a lot. We'll take the last slide and we'll be done for the day. You can send it via YouTube. It could come via Facebook. Ras Okoko Fisun Moon says the Bawulaya man is a joker. This Bawulaya man is a joker. Senor Ekpe says, Black, don't kill me, man. Do you have a driver's license now? Move fire. Yeah. Make sure that goes viral. Do you have a driver's license? You are a mate. Mates, most of the time, have no driver's license. Do you have one now? Ekpe, Senor says, GPRTU elections. Black Rasta, don't kill me. Raymond Iso Agarima Akakia, he's a Bawumia fan, a big Bawumia NPP fan. I'm going to talk to Bawumia to make him Minister of Communication should he win power 600 years from now. Okay? Dr. Bawumia has contributed immensely to Ghana's economy since he entered politics. Okay, so you see. But in politics, those who are quoted are not always winners. By God's grace, he will be the next president in 2029. Ray. And by God's grace, you'll be the communication minister. Yeah. But remember, 600 years from now, Eric Koku Sepenu said, whom do Yanum MPP to bottom think they are? Or they see themselves as above the laws, that they see themselves above the laws of Ghana and untouchable? Do they own Ghana? God Jesus Boss says, good evening, bro. Please, we just want to know why the NPP party is so jealous of President Mahama. They have to stop the lie, the stupid life, okay? Osai Bedu says, come here. The Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukusho, Jason Strats says, fire, Oxy Kobina Ross says, Black Rasta blessings, Black Rasta, lion of the airwaves, voice of fire, reasoning with the mountain and the masses. You have carried the rod of truth through the Babylon system, chanting down deception, chanting up the youth, rutical vibration in every word, levity in every beat. The ancestors speak through your mic. The soil of Africa trembles when you reason, because you remind us we are not slaves of the mind. We are children of the Most High, built to create, to heal, to stand tall in our identity. Wow. This is powerful. Wow. Keep striking the drum of consciousness. Keep watering the seed of Pan-African unity. Keep showing the people that reggae is not just music. It is medicine. It is history. It is the breath of Jah moving through the people. One love, one heart, one destiny. The road is long, but the fire you carry lights the way. For whatever, backward never, shall guide. Salute of patriotism. I love that. It's beautiful. Ayele Amu says, Black Rasta, who did they kill in the Shatawale Lambo? Davido GH says, one Rasta. Rasta Ekomepe. Julius Wemono says, good evening, Black Rasta. All right. Well, at this point, I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. This is where all the action is the home of exclusives. This is where you get it very balanced. And remember, we are not neutral. We have taken sides. The side of the truth is the headquarters of the truth. This is the truth. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you. We love you. We catch you again tomorrow, same time, 6 p.m. Until then, share the broadcast, guidance, and protection. Hey-ya! Hey-yo! Wayo!